Joining me now to discuss this is former U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine, John Herbst. Sir, as always, a pleasure. I want to start with those tanks because that's the latest news from General Milley there. It'll take about 10 weeks or so to train on them. They'll be put into use pretty soon. How big of an impact on the battlefield will they have?
If they arrive on time and in sufficient quantity, they'll have an enormous impact on the battlefield. It is good news that these things are arriving soon. Originally, the administration was planning on sending them early next year, then this fall. So it's good that it's getting there now.
And then add that to the Patriot missile defense systems in combination, enough of a force for Ukraine to gain some momentum?
Well, they have different roles. The Patriots are meant to defend Ukrainian cities and infrastructure from Russian air attacks. The tanks would enable the Ukrainians to mount a counteroffensive. But what Ukraine needs most of all to launch a successful counteroffensive is a longer-range artillery and rockets up to 300 kilometers that the administration is still a little bit too timid to send, and that's a mistake.
Why?
Because these are the things, when we sent the HIMARS with a range of 85 kilometers last summer, they had an immediate impact which will enable the Ukrainians to take back over half of the territory Moscow seized since the big invasion of February of last year. Russians have now adjusted, so all their supply depots are 100 kilometers or more behind the front. If we gave Ukraine these long-range fires, again, which could go 300 kilometers, they could force the Russians to move all their forces back as Ukraine moves forward because their supplies would be destroyed.
What's the hesitancy?
Well, I think the administration has been successfully deterred by Putin's constant nuclear threats, which is actually, I think, a serious strategic mistake. We stood up to the Soviets when they made nuclear threats over Berlin in '61 and Cuba in '62, and were able to defend our interests. The administration is a little bit too cautious because they are very concerned about these threats.
I mean, I think we all should be concerned about them. Are you saying that they're veiled?
What I'm saying is it's smart for our leaders to take into account these threats. But when these threats turn into something which deter us from pursuing our interests, we're making a mistake. It's as dangerous, if not more dangerous, for Moscow to use nukes than it is for us.
Do you think he's less likely the further this goes on than the concern was in the very beginning?
I think that if you look at administration policy, they were always cautious, always timid when Ukraine came in with requests for weapons. They would say no, 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 and then they'd say yes. And it's worth, so, originally we weren't going to send HIMARS with a range of 85 kilometers. Originally we weren't going to send Patriots. Originally we weren't going to send anti-ship missiles. All these steps we took, which is good that we took them, but we took them late. If we want Ukraine to achieve a decisive, successful counteroffensive in the next 6 months, we need to get Ukraine those longer-range artillery pieces.
Right, and a lot of times the U.S. has waited for others to do so first before sending some of that equipment. The leaked documents has been a major concern. It impacted strategy on the battlefield, particularly when it comes to Ukraine. Ukrainian leaders had planned to attack Russian forces in Syria, we learned, using help from the Kurds. This plan was ultimately thwarted, announced by Zelensky. How damaging were these leaks to the strategy for Ukraine?
I think that the leaks were unfortunate. They're damaging to our overall reputation, our ability to work closely with allies and partners. But their impact on the war, I think, is tiny. First of all, there's nothing in those documents which is a revelation. The notion about Ukrainian short supplies of ammunition, Russian short supplies of ammunition, this has been known for many, many months. But the Ukrainians have been able to keep up the fight. The fact that Ukraine, is thinking about a counteroffensive, well, we've known this for a long time. So the actual impact on the war in Ukraine, I think, is small.
Bakhmut has been bloody. You and I have talked about that a number of times on the program. Russia is claiming to have destroyed the Central Command unit for Ukraine's army near the city of Bakhmut. Is it right to be focusing on Bakhmut right now?
Well, this is the big Russian offensive that they were talking about since late last fall. And you can see it's a tiny offensive. They're only gaining small increments of territory. And according to British intelligence, the Russians have 5 casualties in the battle for Bakhmut for every Ukrainian casualty, which means that this is actually a pretty good deal for Ukraine as it fights this war. Moscow is wasting its men and its resources on a battle which it is barely moving forward on.
Major news this week, and we'll end with this, is the idea that Ukraine will be part of NATO, one of the member nations, and an attack against one, attack against all. But you heard the chief saying timing is of the essence, and Ukraine has been pushing for this. What are the larger implications here as that is considered?
I think if we want stability in Europe, if we want to truly end the war in Ukraine for all time, Ukraine should become a member of NATO. Ukraine clearly has a military that is stronger than virtually all of our other NATO allies, with the exception perhaps of the Brits and the French. So they could add to NATO security. But obviously, this would not happen while this war is going on. This would be something that would occur afterwards. And we should take strong steps at the Vilnius NATO summit coming up in a few weeks towards that objective.
So no way it happens while the war continues.
I can't imagine that.
Yeah. Former Ambassador John Herbst, always appreciate our conversations. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.